Tonight, the wildfire emergency. 90,000 people urged to evacuate after a fire near Reno, Nevada explodes in size. The frantic escape through the flames. Also tonight, Tropical Storm Moke is expected to lash Hawaii with up to 15 inches of rain, the second punishing storm in just days. And thousands are still in the dark in Gary, Indiana, nearly 2 weeks after devastating storms, some living in tents. When will they finally get relief? Also developing, 2 Phoenix police officers arrested and fired after officials say they failed to report a violent traffic stop. New details tonight on a cyber attack in Britain that knocked an energy facility offline for days. Authorities say it happened at the same time multiple water plants were targeted in the U.S., allegedly by Iran. The extraordinary meeting just revealed. Sources tell ABC News the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, met privately with House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries just weeks ahead of the critical midterm elections. What they discussed, plus the escalating trade war between the U.S. and Canada, which prices could be going up. The mystery deepens. New video shows groups of people emerging from New York City sewers. The new warning tonight. Split-second decision. A young pilot reveals why she had no choice but to crash land a small plane into the Atlantic Ocean. The incredibly rare sight. What was spotted swimming off New York's Jones Beach? The breakthrough DNA technology used to identify the remains of a 9/11 victim 25 years after the attacks. Could this help provide closure to the families of more than 1,000 World Trade Center victims? Plus, an ABC News exclusive. Hayden Panettiere's mother opens up about the actor's tragic death. And America Strong tonight, a special honor for a teenager who's being called an angel on Earth.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Lindsay Davis. We begin tonight with the wildfire emergency in the west, the inferno near Reno, Nevada, surging in size. At least 90,000 people are now being urged to evacuate their homes. Gut-wrenching scenes. This man racing through the flames to escape. Officials say the out-of-control hawk fire may have been set intentionally. Several homes and businesses have been destroyed, and at least 6 people have been injured, including 3 first responders. The extreme heat is fueling the flames as a tropical storm lashes Hawaii. Our weather team is standing by with the forecast. But first, Melissa Dunn leads us off tonight from the fire zone.
Tonight, the harrowing escape through flames, the hawk fire in Reno, Nevada.
The fire sweeping over our head, and so we're like, we got to get out of here.
Jason Davis telling us how he made it out.
It kind of just felt like an end of the world scene. Every animal was trying to run and make it out as much as it could, but not everything was making it.
One of just tens of thousands forced to evacuate. Nicole Lucero is staying in a hotel with 4 of her children after they were forced to evacuate their home.
We saw big pieces of ash falling on the windshield and looked over across the highway, and there it was. There was all the flames just coming right at us.
And tonight, officials are saying the hawk fire may have been purposely set. An investigation is underway. Exploding in size overnight, now over 15,000 acres, destroying homes. Burning close to the city's densely populated foothills, families filling up shelters. One little girl still wearing her cheerleading uniform. Jennifer Alvarado evacuating to a Red Cross shelter with her 6 children.
Scary. I have 6 kids. I take care of my mom and me and my husband, and we had to get out.
The flames jumping US 395, parts of the highway closed in both directions. 3 people and 3 firefighters injured from the blaze. Firefighters battling near 90-degree conditions as they tried to get a handle on the flames. Tonight, Hawaii facing the second tropical storm in a week. Moke expected to dump up to 15 inches of rain to the Big Island. And in Gary, Indiana, help is finally on the way for thousands of residents still without power from a powerful storm nearly 2 weeks ago.
It definitely takes a toll on people mentally to just kind of not know what's coming next.
Lindsay, back here in Reno, more than 40,000 people have evacuated and thousands more are expected to evacuate. You can see the plumes of smoke here in that mountain as police across northwestern Reno have set up roadblocks. Lindsay?
Dramatic scenes there, Melissa. Thank you. And we were tracking that dangerous heat. More than 90 million under alerts as Hawaii braces for a new tropical storm. Let's bring in WABC meteorologist Jeff Smith. So, Jeff, time this all out for us.
And Lindsay, that hot, dry weather out west certainly not helping in the firefighting efforts. This has been just a relentless heat wave across the whole southern half of the country. We're talking from southern California, southern parts of Arizona, all the way to Dallas, Texas, under extreme heat warnings. Heat indices in all of these areas upwards of 115 degrees in some cases. Very dangerous. We also have Tropical Storm Moke moving south of the Hawaiian Islands. However, even though it's pretty far south of the islands, the core of the storm, it's still going to be affecting the Big Island with potentially 5 to 10, maybe even up to 15 inches of rain in some of the higher elevations. Lindsay, the El Nino this year has really been contributing to a very active Pacific hurricane season.
And never a dull moment these days. All right, Jeff, thank you. Now to a stunning developing story in Arizona. 2 Phoenix police officers were fired and arrested after an unreported traffic stop. The former officers are facing multiple felony charges after allegedly beating a couple and shocking them with a stun gun. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has those details.
Tonight, Phoenix police say 2 of their own are behind bars and under criminal investigation after a violent and unreported traffic stop. Antonio Felix and Luis Vasquez Jr., both 31 years old, are facing multiple charges, including aggravated assault and kidnapping, according to police, after allegedly stopping a vehicle around 11:30 p.m. on August 5th and using excessive force on a man and woman inside.
Detectives have confirmed that the 2 former officers physically assaulted both the man and woman during the traffic stop.
The male driver claimed he was, quote, repeatedly tased, punched, and had hair pulled out by responding officers. He alleged one officer waved a gun and said, quote, I'm going to shoot you. Phoenix police launching their own investigation. Probable cause documents state both Vasquez and Felix confirmed their participation at a traffic stop. Both claim the driver and passenger, quote, did not follow commands to exit the vehicle. Neither officer activated their department-issued body cameras.
There is significantly more information uncovered demonstrating the egregious criminal conduct committed by these officers.
Lindsay, those 2 officers were initially put on leave and later fired. Officials say they are auditing their records to see if anyone else was involved or if there are broader systemic concerns. Lindsay.
Jacqueline, thank you. Overseas now to a report that a British power plant was forced to shut down after a cyber attack by Iranian-backed hackers. The plant closed for 4 days last month. Let's get right to ABC's Lama Hassan. Lama, what more are you learning tonight?
Lindsay, a small-scale energy generator was attacked and shut down for 4 days. The Telegraph newspaper reporting it was an Iranian cyber attack, the first of its kind in the UK. British officials insisting there was no threat to the wider grid. Nobody lost power, but the government is taking this incident seriously. The incident reportedly taking place at the same time as a series of other attacks targeting dozens of water treatment systems in 7 U.S. states last month, also believed to be carried out by Iranian-based hackers. And this comes against the backdrop of the war with Iran still unfolding with no end in sight, and as the president is set to announce tough, sweeping new sanctions on Iran. Lindsay.
Lama, thank you. Back here in the U.S., we're learning new details from sources tonight about a private meeting between the House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law and top advisor. It comes as the midterms are quickly approaching and indications that Democrats could retake the House. Here's ABC's Stephen Portnoy.
Tonight, news that's sure to spark anxiety among Republicans with the midterms just 10 weeks away. Word of an extraordinary meeting between the president's son-in-law and outside advisor and the man who could become the next House Speaker if Democrats take control. Sources say the sit-down between Jared Kushner and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries took place in recent weeks and had the pair looking for possible areas of common ground between the White House and congressional Democrats. Despite the signal it sends, the current Republican House Speaker shrugging off news of the meeting.
I heard about it the first time this morning. I know Jared is a smart guy and he hedges bets, but I'm telling you what, you better not bet against the House Republicans.
Without confirming the sit-down, Jeffries says in a statement that in every conversation with the Trump administration, he'll make it explicitly clear that the affordability crisis is not a hoax and nothing short of transformational policy change is acceptable to Democrats. Experts say the cost of some goods could go way up under the new 50% tariffs the president imposed this weekend on a variety of Canadian imports, from beer and whiskey to furniture and fishing poles. Trump arguing the move is retaliation for Canadian tariffs and saying Canada wants the benefits of being a state without being one. Canadian leaders vowing to respond.
President Trump is the type of person that would steal your lunch money. He is not to be trusted whatsoever. We need to stay united.
With all that's on his plate today, the president presided over the grand spectacle of an IndyCar race through downtown D.C. The president waving the green flag as racers zoomed past the Capitol and the museums on the National Mall. Lindsay?
Quite a spectacle, Stephen. Thank you. Now to a deepening mystery here in New York City. Police are investigating new video of 3 people emerging from a sewer in New York City. It's just the latest in a series of similar and disturbing incidents in recent weeks. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
Tonight, the NYPD investigating this new video showing 3 people climbing out of a Manhattan manhole in the middle of the night.
Wow.
One by one, some in all black, wearing waders and headlamps, emerging to the street just feet from Penn Station and Madison Square Garden. It's the latest in a string of bizarre incidents in the belly of New York. This group oddly similar to the ones police were trying to identify weeks ago. Seen here also wearing waders, carrying flashlights, and prying open a manhole, then slipping into the sewer. In another incident, authorities investigating 7 men, also with headlamps and shovels, spawning from the sewer system in Brooklyn. One guy almost gets hit by a car. Police think these groups are hunting for valuables. The city's Department of Environmental Protection says it inspected the sewers around this latest incident and found no damage to the infrastructure.
And Lindsay, officials stress that entering the sewer system is not only extremely dangerous, but it's also illegal. Lindsay?
And unnerving. Morgan, thank you. Next tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from a 23-year-old pilot on her extraordinary tale of survival. Her small plane crashed into the Atlantic Ocean off Boca Raton during a solo flight. Onlookers stunned by the sight of the plane's tail sticking out of the water. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
Tonight, as they pulled her plane from the Atlantic, for the first time, we're hearing from the pilot who made that stunning water landing, and she's 23. Faith Tankley telling our ABC affiliate WZVN she had taken off from Fort Myers, Florida, flying alone, heading for the Bahamas to pick up her parents. But then mechanical issues, a broken landing gear, no right engine, but plenty of fuel. She feared an emergency landing at Boca Raton Airport could trigger a fire. She decided the ocean was a safer bet, and after dodging waterfront buildings and paddle boarders, she found a spot in the water to land. Amazingly, the plane stayed largely intact, but sinking fast. She says a lifeguard reached her within a minute. A small armada of rescue boats moments later, and just the tail fin of the plane above the waterline. Her plane pulled from the water today.
Faith became a pilot straight out of high school, and now with 4 years experience, a perfect water landing by Faith alone. Lindsay?
Andrew, thank you. Now to a remarkable breakthrough nearly 25 years after 9/11. For the first time, a victim has been identified by combining DNA testing with family trees. Now there's hope that even more victims, nearly 1,100 people, can be identified using this technology. Here's ABC's Aaron Katursky.
25 years after the September 11th attacks, New York City is still working to formally identify all of the nearly 3,000 people killed at the World Trade Center. And tonight, a breakthrough. ABC News can report there is a new identification. For the first time, the Medical Examiner's Office and the NYPD have identified a 9/11 victim using genetic genealogy, combining DNA testing with family trees.
You could not have imagined this 25 years ago.
No, the technology really wasn't there, and it's growing every day.
It's amazing when we get a possible new ID, and then when we are able to confirm it and know that now another family is going to have that information. Having one positive confirmation means it's possible for more families going forward.
We were invited into the lab where scientists have been doing this painstaking work for the last 25 years.
Does it ever weigh on you that this is from September 11th?
It's important for us to remind ourselves just how important what we're working on is.
It's part of a solemn pledge the Medical Examiner's Office made a quarter century ago to identify as many victims as possible. The new identification is an adult female. Her family declined to come forward.
But to know that the office not only is keeping its promise, but the work is yielding fruit, it has to be enormously satisfying.
It's deeply meaningful, and being able to provide answers, even despite the passage of nearly 25 years now, to family members who lost someone as a homicide victim on 9/11 is deeply meaningful, and the families are uniformly grateful.
25 years later, Lindsay, 40% of 9/11 victims, nearly 1,100 people, have still never been formally identified. The Medical Examiner's Office will never stop trying. Lindsay?
Aaron, thank you. What a potential breakthrough. Now to Hayden Panettiere's mother, breaking her silence in an exclusive on-camera interview with Good Morning America. After an outpouring of grief at news of the young actor's tragic and sudden death last week, her mother shares with ABC's Rhiannon Alley about how she wants her to be remembered.
I want Hayden to be remembered for the talented, beautiful, outgoing, intelligent woman she really was. But I also want people to understand that it is my belief that she was suffering.
You can see the entire interview tomorrow morning on GMA. There's so much more ahead on World News Tonight this Sunday, including the breaking news from Oregon. Multiple sets of human remains discovered. News on the urgent manhunt tonight. An NFL star is mourning the tragic death of his young son who died in a swimming pool accident. And the man stranded in the ocean for 16 hours, what he told himself as he waited for help. Next tonight, a massive homicide investigation in Oregon after a chilling discovery. Police in Forest Grove say that the remains of 5 people were found by crews responding to a report of a vehicle fire on Saturday. Multiple dead animals were also found.